I guess the way forward is to educate people on Burban.
Yeah, Burban is just a word. It's a lifestyle. Like that's it, innit? Like we came from a scene. Like end of the day, we have to have come from somewhere. Otherwise, my 7, 8, 9 years that I've done in the past would have gone in vain.
All in all, the scene was always there.
The scene was always there. The scene was always there, but it was like people didn't want to give it a scene. They called it urban desi when they felt like it. They didn't give it the strength that it needed. It needs to be on par with Bhangra, Bollywood, whatever's going on in the scene. It needs to be on par with that. Do you understand?
And now it's got that name. It's Burban.
It's Burban.
So when people
Whatever
say a new scene was created, a new scene was not created.
A new scene was not
created.
created.
A new name.
Yeah, a new name for the movement, a new identity. And we just drew a line under all of the rubbish because a lot of people associate urban desi with acts 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that weren't rapping as good as they are now. Do you understand? So that kind of stigma, whenever I've gone abroad or I've gone to places and I mention that word, you've almost lost the argument already because people, they just say urban desi. Nah, man, that's that. So you got to give it a new branding, a new lease of life, man, and that's what we've done.
Okay, I guess that is settled.
No, but like if I'm lying, tell me otherwise. Like, am I lying?
She just gets fired up about something.
I'm not even fired up. I'm so cool. I'm so calm and collective. It's
but
fine.
at least you've set it straight though. So everyone asking questions, that's what Burban is. That's what the Burban movement is. Now, I just want to move on to something else.
Yeah.
Now, you did a track, Rainbow Tears.
Yeah.
With my Preem Shakur.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what? I have to say, Shiz, that is a big move.
Hardcore. You can lose your life quick. My man Shiz, tell him what it is. Tell him what it is. Tell him what it is. Yeah.
Let me tell you about
and
this
not a big move, yeah, for a Burban artist.
Let me tell you about pigeonholing.
And not a lot of people actually supported you when that video came out.
These people talk about, you're being pigeonholed. I did a tune with Tupac's brother. I went to his house. I met the whole family. His brother is a multi-millionaire, doesn't need to do a tune with no one. He chose me on skill and said, yo, I want to do a tribute for my brother's death, 15 years anniversary. That's the closest track you're ever going to do with the Tupac. Do you understand? Not a single urban radio really played it. Not even the Asian stations played it because they were confused. It's like a Asian guy, but there's nothing Asian about it. Can't play it. The one extra lot or whatever it is, they didn't touch it with a barge pole. Urban stations didn't play it in this country. In America, they did. But that's what I was talking about, pigeonhole. Why? Explain to me why. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got big blogging sites in America that say this is a banger. Do you know what I mean? It's a big tune, like the kids talking big lyrics. So you can't tell me that it's not worthy of radio play or TV play. So that's what I'm trying to get to with this whole Burban thing. Like, I've have to come from a scene. Like, instead of, I don't know, man. People, you know what I mean? People don't want to play it for whatever reasons. I'm not going to throw you the race card, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, people don't want to play it for whatever reason. So there's no point. Like, so I've got fans here that want to hear the tune and they embrace it. So I'm just going to go to them.
So it's really not about the race card. It's more about politics in the industry. That's what it is about.
It is politics
in
the industry and race is part of that politics.
I guess sometimes it's like some people want to keep people at a certain level, innit? They don't want to see them succeed or progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming across like I'm bitter here. Do you get me? But I'm not. No.
No, but I brought this
up
because I actually feel like you should have got more credit
like that.
for it.
But I'm giving you an example of what we go through. Do you understand? On like a daily, like I've got Asian stations that say to me, we can't play you unless you put Asian influence in there, right? So then for us to keep that going, we have to then cater for them and play them kind of tunes, which then puts us further in the pigeonhole anyway, because the urban stations won't play us anyway. So then we're stuck.
But why should you?
But this is it, because
I thought, you know what, I think we've definitely moved on from, having to play Asian influence music. Especially for the Burban artists.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like the radio stations, the Asian networks, that's their criteria. Do you understand? They can't play you, they can't justify playing your music because being brown is not Asian enough for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the thing about the Asian network is I love them. Like, obviously I speak to them all the time, so it's not me having to go at them. They're constantly looking. They want the next best thing. They want the next best rapper, right? Just so they can say that they created a rapper. There's so many of us there. Why don't you just take the people? Do you know what it is? People get comfortable with rappers because we've been around for so long.
you see, this is what makes me angry. It's like people, you know, they talk about people like Rackstar and they talk about, oh, Johnnyman. But Rackstar's been around before Johnnyman. He's dropped how many mixtapes before Johnnyman?
This is what I'm trying to say. Like,
and this is like, you know,
this is like if I was if you gave me a label right now and said go and sign up some Asian artists, I think Rax is ready to be signed. I think Rix can be developed very well. You know what I mean? I think AC's got it from a long time. You know what I mean? Like Roach Killer as well. I think Roach is what I don't think Roach gets the love that he should be getting in terms of what he's doing in his kind of thing that he's doing. And it's like there's rappers there that you don't need to look for the next best thing, because there's so many of people that have it there. Do you know what I mean?
They need to open their eyes or open their ears.
It's not even that. I think they're too comfortable with, oh yeah, that's them lot over there. They're cool. They're like always going to be there. Whenever we need them for a show, we're just going to ring them. It's cool. They want the next best thing. Like, there's ways to break the industry. There's like the Imran Khan approach. We just come from nowhere and shock everyone, and that way people want to know what's going on. But we can't do that because we've been here for so long. Do you know what I mean? So we can't take that approach. Our approach is to keep knocking on the door until it eventually opens. And I think that there's certain people in the industry that don't want to see that. They want to bring a star, like bring him from nowhere and say, this is a star, and that's how stars are made. But I think there's other ways to make a star.
Yeah, but you've still got to talk about the Dizzies and the Tiny Tempers. They were there for years before, but people remember them from their hits.
But this is it. Like, end of the day, if a label signed me tomorrow and rebranded me and put the money into me, there'll be millions of people that would say, "Rah, this guy's come from nowhere." Do you know what I mean? But if my own scene is not, do you know what I mean? Like, if my own scene ain't really pushing, like, look at Ragif, man. He did that tune recently. He did it with who's the man from Canada, man? And then he did it with Bashi, and then he did a version with H Army. What is it called?
See, now he's putting me on
the
spot.
the guy, man. Who's the guy, man? The Akon's guy, the Akon's guy. Yeah, right.
Get to the point.
Yeah, Ragif did that tune with them. Do you know what I mean? That was a tune. Do you know what I mean? And like, it should have got more love, but they made him. They made him do another version with Bashi and Rear. But the thing is about it is, like, the One Extras should have been playing that. But the One Extras turn around to the Asian network and say, "Are you playing this tune?" Do you understand?
But
and if the Asian network ain't playing it, and the Asian network say, "No, we didn't really play it," the One Extras.
They're thinking, what? Why aren't they playing?
Yeah,
Why
and the problem is they say, "What? It's good music. It's urban music. You should bypass the Asian network anyway and go straight to them." That's not how it works. You're deluded. That's not how it works. You've got to be big in this scene first, in the Asian network scene, to then go to another scene. Otherwise, we're a rapper that's come up overnight from nowhere, and the radio is not going to support us because we haven't put in the groundwork that they want to see. But we put in the groundwork for like 5, 6 years.
But that's the main thing. That's what the mainstream radio stations are going to look at. That's what labels are going to look at. See.
Listen, let's cut to the crap here. Anyone can be famous with money. End of story. End of story. You can buy YouTube hits. Yeah, go on YouTube and type in YouTube hit counters. You can buy your hits. It's easy. I know people that have done it. I've never done it. Put my hand on my heart. You can check it, right? You can buy fame. Do you understand? I've been to America and they told me we will like to get in the Billboard top 20 is like average $3 million. Everything costs money. Do you understand? You can pay people to play your records. You can pay a magazine to get you exposure. Like, kids don't see that. Do you know what I mean? Kids will only see, if a kid sees you on TV again and again and again and again, boom, sorted. You can get a feature with Busta Rhymes for the right money. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So let's not get it twisted, innit? If you got the right money, you can blow, innit? So I just put that out there. Of course it talks, man. That's the industry we're in, and I'm not even mad at that. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But we've got to get to a position for a label to be interested in all of us. But we've got to have a scene for that, and we haven't got a scene until now.
Comes down to Burban.
Until Burban.
Now, finally, are we going to see you all getting together on a track especially after the Brit Asia showcase? I think
a lot of people thought Burban was a group, like a Blazing Squad group or something. It's not that. It's not a so solid thing. We all talk to each other. You know, we all help each other. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, unity is something I've always tried to push. I don't think it's necessary. We have done tunes. You know what I mean? I think I am going to work towards a Burban mixtape with all of us. But at the same time, what's more important for me right now is the fact that we all, as rappers or urban artists, understand that Burban is something for us. We appreciate the movement. And I think for now, that's cool. I don't want to dilute it and say, oh, because we're Burban, because then there's artists that want to be Burban or they want to support the movement and they're not in certain songs and they may feel like you know, oh no, I'm not a part of that. No, that's not the case. You know what I mean? So, not right now. You know
So
what I mean?
any brown urban artist can feel as though they're part of Burban. It's not just about whoever is in the
I
showcase.
would say to you,
Let's clear that up.
if you're urban brown artist, look at what scene you've come from. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at where you've come from. Decide for yourself where you get most of your airplay, where your core fan base is, who your core fan base is, and if you believe it to be, if you came from like the Asian networks and the Brit Asia side of things, and you didn't come from Channel AKA or MTV, and you know what I mean, like decide for yourself what scene you came from. I'm here. We're all here to support each other. The pigeonholing thing, don't worry about it. You'll always be pigeonholed no matter what you are, black, white or Asian. Do you know what I mean? So just be yourself, and there's no shame in admitting to yourself who you are.
Thank you, Shizzio.
Love.
See, that's why he had to come and just clear it up for us.
I just, you know what I mean? Like, I've been doing interviews about Burban, flipping for I love it. It's cool. Like, it's great. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just want people to start adopting and understanding where I'm coming from with Burban. I'm not trying to be the leader here and say, I'm the Burban gatekeeper. Send me your stuff. I'm not Simon Cowell of Burban. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be like that. End of the day, I want to leave a legacy. A lot of us artists have been around for 10, 15 years. We want to leave some kind of legacy. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, we're not gassed up and thinking we're going to be the next best thing. We may not be the next best thing. We totally appreciate that. We just want to leave a bookmark in life and say, you know what? We did something, innit? Simple.
Thank you, Shiz.
Now, you know what? I want to thank Amy as well, because every time I speak to Amy off the cameras, she got the passion. No, I swear to God, she's got that passion that a lot of people are lacking. So she still reps for the scene. Burban,
He has
Amy.
to tell me to come.
No. I love it because she's got the passion and the fire, and I love it so much. I thank you from all of us, because there's a lot of people that don't have that. They're just doing a job and they're going home and paying their bills. But for you, it's more than that. And even sometimes when I'm down, I call you and you put that fire back in me.
It is, because we've seen this scene grow. That's
Yeah,
why. That's
yeah.
why we feel so passionate about it.
No, but I want to thank you, because there's people in the scene that have seen it grow and they just want money and they're gone. So thank you, Amy.
Oh, thanks. See,
It's all good.
Shizzio here on the mixtape for the fifth time?
Fourth time.
Yeah, Shizzio.
Fourth time. Bye. The sagas continue.